Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tabor Talk here in the Catskills. Damn, it's cold again. We had 2 beautiful days, and now, I got my winter cap on, sweater all bundled up. So, okay, people who follow me know I'm a huge Joe Rogan fan. Been following him since 2009. Literally, I watched his very first podcast in his house with the Red Band. 2009. I found Joe from MMA, by the way. That's how I got into him. I wasn't into the Fear Factor stuff, whatever. But and back in '99 when he came out with the comedy album, he was on Stern. They did Pumping Up. I don't know if you know that bit with Brian Callen. This is way back in 1999. Howard Stern loved it. Used to play it all the time. Helped his career at that point. So anyway. Huge fan of Joe. I've learned so much. The 1,800 plus podcasts. And I've been talking about this for the past year or so, how Joe has changed. Don't get me wrong, I still love Joe to death. He's great. It's a very educational show. Not all of them, but many of them. And Joe has gone more to the right. Yesterday I put up a video about Donald Trump. Cenk Uygur, I always mispronounce his name. Sorry, he's got a hard name to say. Cenk Uygur from the Young Turks. Big fan of Cenk. Love the Young Turks, although I haven't been watching lately. But anyway, Cenk was kind of the first real independent guy, if you don't know him. How could you not know Cenk? But anyway, he has some thoughts and comments about what I've been saying for a while, how Joe Rogan has changed. Listen to this.
Joe Rogan. Joe, you were on Joe, I want to say 13 or 14. I don't know what it was. It was when you guys were on. It was fantastic.
We turned it up a
by
little
the
bit.
way, thank you.
It was great. I saw that.
It was a while back. Yeah,
Stop.
6, 7. And by the way, there was a lot
My dog is here.
admiration both sides when you guys were talking, because he was like, the
Stop it,
coming up,
Dakota.
and that was before he was getting the 11 million an episode a week or whatever it was. And you were like King Kong, when you guys sat down together. But you made a comment. You said, if Joe's something, I'd kick his ass. I'm taking it out of context.
Come on, Dakota.
Of course, I'm assuming you were just kidding. You were upset about what he said. Can you unpack that exchange?
Yeah.
The comments you made about Rogan.
Yeah, so I like Joe a lot, and we even grabbed lunch. We were friendly. I was thinking of. I even pitched him to be a host on a show we'd pitch to cable or networks, etc. Okay, and and I like Joe's independent attitude a ton, right? Or what used to be an independent attitude, right? Nowadays, I think he's lost his way. So
Exactly.
I think he got captured by the right wing. He doesn't even realize it. Almost all his guests are right wing or fake left wingers who are pushing for right wing agenda, and so he's surrounded himself with a wall of right wingers, and he's created a bubble. Bill Maher's the same way. A wall of right wingers. All their friends are right wing, right? And so now he's not independent. He doesn't.
I disagree with Cenk
sides.
here.
He doesn't have real.
You think he's a right wing?
Yeah, of course.
You think Joe's right wing?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, and so
I wouldn't
it's
say
right
that.
of where though, Jake? No, do I think he's right?
Right of
wing?
center or right of you?
No, right of center. Okay, but
Rogan?
Okay,
And
so
Bill Maher too, you're saying?
but again, it depends on the issues. So you can take an issue that Bill Maher is super liberal on and go, come on, you can't call him right wing.
I love
right?
Bill Maher, by
But
the
I
way.
could show you 10 issues where he's just obsessed with cancel culture and only from the left wing perspective, not the right wing perspective.
By the
And
way, I can't stand the cancel culture talk. I find it so fucking boring. And that's what sucks with Joe. He's so obsessed with, cancel culture and this tranny shit. Like, I don't give a rat's ass about all this stuff. I guess, because he's a big celebrity, Joe's huge, and they're trying to cancel him. There's no question about it. And I guess he's concerned. But for me, I just find it so incredibly boring. Enough of the cancel culture shit. Just move on straight. But let me continue on.
he loves, by the way, Bill Maher loves corporate Democrats. Okay, just loves them to pieces. So to me, on economic issues, he's same issues as all those corporate Democrats. Anyways, so Joe, it's a matter of emphasis. So I hear that he's pro-choice, but does he ever talk about that? Almost never, right?
Almost never.
But on any right-wing issues, oh my God, trans rights, this, that, the other
It-
thing,
it's-
he's
true,
like
it's
super
true.
animated about, right?
Exactly.
Whenever it's a right-wing issue, he will spend hours and hours and hours
Obsession.
discussing it. If he has left-wing positions, not a peep. There's a thing called audience capture, where your audience starts to go in a certain direction. It starts to build momentum.
This
And
is
if
true.
you try to change, all of a sudden your audience numbers drop and people panic. Okay. Now Joe's already rich, so he doesn't have to worry too much about that. I think he got more guest captured than audience captured. But like guys like Jimmy Dore get audience captured like crazy. So once they like Jimmy Dore used to be on the left, and he was doing comedian. Right? He was in our network. One of the worst mistakes I've ever
And now
made.
he's right. I know.
And so
Having him on?
yeah.
Okay.
And so he goes independent. Now he's at one point he's doing pro-vaccine videos. He got a vaccine. They're not doing that well, right? Then he does one that's vaccine skeptical. It does great.
Say?
So, all right. Then he does another one that's vaccine skeptical because he wants the views, he wants the money, right? And so all of a sudden, then next thing you know, he's done 20 videos against vaccines or vaccine skepticism because that's where the audience is going, that's where the money is going,
Exactly.
and that's how. And there was a progressive in our network who said, "Look, the same thing happened to me. I was criticizing Democrats so much from a left-wing position, but I was criticizing Democrats. And one day I woke up and I found out my audience is right-wing. Like I asked him a poll question. Holy cow, these guys are like 70% right-wing. So he's like, I had to make a principled choice there. And I did. And I cut off 70% of my audience.
That's
And I started talking more.
Some people
about
can't
my
afford to do
left-wing
that, though.
positions, not just anti-Democrat positions, right? So that's what happened. So on Rogan, to your the specific question, so now I have animosity with Rogan, but yeah, I was largely trolling them. Like, and I said it very clearly too. Never in the streets, never any violence. Violence is crazy. But I was saying, if you want to step
Joe
in
would
the
kick your
ring,
ass, Cenk.
I mean, obviously, you know what would happen if you stepped in the ring. You're not naive.
So would Joe have
Cenk's a big
massive
guy.
advantage? Obviously, look at me. I'm 52. I'm very overweight, etc. But by the way, I don't think it would be a foregone conclusion.
Here, take a look at
You can
Cenk.
say
Cenk.
Joe. Okay. Now,
Are you saying you can
Cenk,
take Rogan?
Throw
Okay.
one kick in the side.
Cenk is a big
Keep going
dude.
For a week. Have you seen his kicks like
Yeah,
these?
I know.
His kicks?
Rogan's a
Okay.
fucking killer,
So,
man.
listen.
I appreciate your confidence.
Okay, let me.
I gotta tell
I'll
you.
put the whole
Tell you
thing.
why I do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll put the whole thing in the comment section because I'm up on 7 minutes. Yeah, Joe's a killer. He's the real deal. He's the real McCoy, black belt in jiu-jitsu. He was an all-time champ when he was a young man in Taekwondo. Joe could kick your fucking ass. He could kick the shit out of 20-year-olds. If you go on YouTube, his kicks. Joe's a great guy, and he's a mensch. You know, that's why I love him. I disagree with him a lot, but he's a real man. You know, and he doesn't back down. You know, he sticks with his principles, so to speak. So there you go. I'm going to be doing more on this, you know, about how Joe has changed and all that. So he's just captured by the right, and it is upsetting. And they talked about Jimmy Dore. I used to like Dore too. David Pakman talks a lot about this, how Joe has changed too. So, okay, more to come. Come here, Dakota. You want to see how fast he is? I give him cat treats. He loves it for whatever. Temptations, they're actually for cats, but he loves them. I'm going to see if I'm going to get my... Ow! Come on. Here, come on. Here. He's so fast. Okay, all right. Good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience. Peace, love, and understanding here in Tabor Talk. It's from the cats.